Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys another reading. So today's topic is no contact. What is behind your separation? So this is obviously going to be about a soul connection that you feel with another person. And currently there is a no contact separation. So just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here, as well as this beautiful Organite, will be listed in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to take a look and we're going to see what is a flashback of past events that took place in your connection. So this is going to determine whether or not I am tapped into the energy of your connection. Okay, so let's see. What is a flashback of past events that took place in your connection? Okay, so we have the swing, on, off. Breaking this cycle, good times, bad times, making the break. So basically this is like a pendulum swinging back and forth. Sometimes it was, good, sometimes it was bad, sometimes it was stable, other times it was not. So this could be somebody that you had an on and off again type of a cycle with this particular person, okay? All right, let's see what else. What else is coming through with a flashback of past events that took place in your connection? Okay, so we have a tempting offer that has a high price. So somebody could have been tempted in the connection. Somebody could have stepped out of the connection. And this could have been on one of the off times, or why somebody decided to pull away is because there could have been third party or just other people at play in the situation. Okay, so let's see what else. We have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is a stalemate. There could be third party, as in there is somebody that is stuck in between two people. Or they're stuck in between two sides of themselves. A part of themselves wants to be in a commitment, wants to be in a connection, and the other part wants to be single, play the field, etc. So they kind of go back and forth. In 1 minute they feel a certain way, then the next they're changing their mind. So this could just be an individual that you dealt with that made you feel batty, made you feel confused, made you feel like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand. Just when everything seems to be going fine, it seems like this person is pulling the rug out from under my feet, or they're changing the rules, or they're changing their mind, disrupting plans, etc. So there seems to be a lot of confusing energy tied to the past when it comes to this person, just major confusion. And this person could have truly been confused, and the way that they decided to handle the situation may not have been the best. So that is what we are getting so far. All right, let's see what else. What are the flashbacks of past events took place in your connection? We have the Court. So there's talking about some sort of making a decision, like laying down the law. So there is some sort of a situation. Sorry, my cat is needing to go out. So hold on for just a moment, you guys. Sorry, I should have let her out to begin with. Hey, there we go. Sorry about that. There could have been a situation where somebody was in the middle of a legal battle, in the middle of a actual divorce, some sort of legal proceedings. That could have been it. But to me, this is about balancing some sort of scales and making an ultimate decision. So I feel like in the past, somebody did ultimately make a decision and it was final. Okay. It's like laying down that gavel. All right, let's see what else. And that could have been you, that could have been them. But somebody was tired of going back and forth. Ooh, there it is. Okay, Kali's energy. So this is very abrupt. This could have been you. If you're the feminine watching this video, which the majority of my viewers are, you could have made the final decision, as in, I am just no longer going to be in this confused state. I'm no longer going to be an option. I'm no longer going to sit back while you try to figure out what it is that you want. So yeah, somebody was tired of going back and forth, and so that's number 13, decided to just end this. Now, this could be this person ending things with you. but it was done, I feel, from an empowered feminine's perspective for some of you, that you were just done with this behavior and you finally saw the writing on the wall. You finally, after, this could be your person ended things with you, but then after that happened, maybe you were really sad, you were really broken up about it, and then you came to some sort of major conclusion and had mass clarity, which really helped you to see that, you know what, this wasn't working for you anyways. You know, F that person, because wow, you know, they really treated me like an option, etc. All right, so what else? We have the strength. Yeah, I do feel for some of you that are resonating with that particular message here, that you came out the victor. You really did. So even though you may have felt like your heart was demolished by this person, that they just crushed you, you were like the phoenix that rose through the ashes, because from this death did come some sort of a rebirth, and you resurrected yourself into a stronger version of you. That's beautiful. Yeah, so that's, you know, you had the fortitude and strength to just be able to continue to push forward. They didn't completely destroy you. They didn't end you. This didn't like end things for you. Like maybe you felt like it was going to. You prevailed. You picked yourself up off the ground. You picked yourself up off the ground after that 10 of Swords moment. Okay. And maybe it was really difficult for you if this was your decision to end things with this person. It took a lot of restraint on your part. It took a lot of discipline on your part to stay strong and to not go back on your decision, to not re-enter into this back and forth phase, this confusing phase with this particular person. All right, let's see what else is coming through. A flashback of past events that took place in your connection. Yeah, see that? Definitely we're on to something here. We have the broken heart energy. To me, that's very much like 3 of Swords. It says breakup, loss, heartlessness, love sickness. So somebody definitely was the heartbreaker, and somebody felt that brokenness. And it hurt, obviously, and it felt like it was going to destroy you. You felt like you were just not going to even survive this. But I feel like a lot of you have found a way to survive. So we're getting that Gloria Gaynor song, I Will Survive. I was just listening to that this morning, actually, on one of my workouts. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, it's a miracle. Look at this, Angel of Alchemy. It feels like a miracle. And number 21 here. I just really am getting this world energy. It's like you came full circle. You really did. You came full circle, and it's just one of those things where you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I survived this. I can't believe that I made it. See how she's holding her heart? It's like, oh God, that hurts so badly. And, you know, she's in all that like shadowy energy. She had to go through a lot in order to come out the other side. So I feel like you guys survived this situation with this person, and whether they meant to take you down, didn't mean to take you down, whatever has happened here, you survived. You found a way to pick yourself up and to become a stronger version of you. So congratulations on that. That's amazing. All right, let's see what else. And in some other way, if we want to kind of push it back to this person and what they were going through, because this reading is not obviously just about you and your feelings, this person could have felt really bad about what they did. It may have hurt them to hurt you, okay? Making a heartless decision, or at least it's seeming heartless at the time, to actually regret a decision later. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, of course, is just major clarity. I definitely am getting, though, that the majority of you something became evidently clear to you. You decided to look at this from an objective, logical, rational perspective rather than with your feelings. You know, yes, your feelings do matter, but sometimes we can tell ourselves all kinds of stories. Our traumas are just completely activated, and we are just like, whoa, it's like magnified times a million when it doesn't need to be. So I feel like some of you were just, in a way, with time, you finally shifted into this perspective, and you were aware that maybe this person had problems, they had issues, they had unresolved traumas and things like that. And that's why they did the things that they did. Not that that makes it okay, but sometimes when we can get to that understanding and see things from another person's perspective, it's not as painful, or we don't feel so victimized. So I feel like that has happened. This has been some sort of a transition for you. But I feel like also too, this person had major clarity after you were gone, after the fact. This is something that was delayed on their part. Okay, because in the beginning, I feel like they were acting very heartless and in a way almost like shameless with their behavior. And so that was what made it much more surprising and hurtful for you, because you didn't expect that from this person. All right, let's see what else. We have stage fright. Okay, so I feel like at the end of the day, what's going on here is that this person, you may wonder, like, especially if you feel like they strung you along, they should have told you certain things. Why did they put you through something? Your person had a lack of self-confidence in the situation. So they delayed making decisions. That's what it was. They were like trying to maybe bide their time, maybe hoping something would shift and change. If they had a situation going on in the background, they may have been trying to resolve that conflict in the midst of seeing you or something like that. That could be that third party energy here. We have Storm Angel. But that's the thing though. This is like a tower energy. This is what killed it. This is what destroyed it. This is what created a shitstorm. So their stage fright, their lack of making a decision, their lack of just dealing with this and confronting it head on and maybe delaying all of this, it just created a shitstorm. It just created a total collision of the two of you coming together and having a major problem. So there was a catastrophe that when there didn't need to be. This person did not handle things correctly, is what I'm seeing with this. I should have handled it better. Yeah, we have the Fool. So I feel like at the end of the day, this is the thing. This person just was very, not necessarily like young in age, but maybe they just didn't have a lot of experience under their belt when it came to relationships or feeling their feelings. Maybe they just took risks and they shouldn't have with that Fool's energy. Fool is also ruled by the planet Uranus, which is all about freedom and not wanting to be restricted in any way. So this person may have had some sort of, like, the way that they dealt with conflict was to avoid it, not deal with it, run away when things got tough, things like that. So it's like knowing that there's going to be a storm and going, you know what, I'm going to pack up and I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge before the storm hits. So there could have been something that happened with you where they evaded a conversation. They left before you could really let them have it. And because they felt really dumb, they felt like a fool. And rather than own up to something, they decided to back down and close the curtain on this like, scene. They didn't want there to be a scene, so they ran away from it, is what I'm getting here. So some of you did not get closure from this person. Some of you may still be holding on to a lot of anger because of the way that they handled your situation. So this seems to be a flashback of past events that took place in your connection. If none of these messages are resonating, that just means it's not your reading today, okay? So now we're going to shift over into what are the main factors behind your separation with this person. So let's go a little bit deeper as to, what were the main issues that attributed to these problems. What were the main factors behind your separation with this person? Oh, we have creative. Interesting. So maybe that somebody was a creative individual. And, this is not to say that people that are creative, have these kinds of issues, but, you've heard of that saying, tortured artist, something like that. So there could have been an individual that their mind was hyperactive, or maybe some sort of cognitive type of situations or issues that they had. That's not to put anything negative on a creative, but I'm just picking up on maybe they were trying to create something. So they were trying to carve out time for you, but also they had this side of them that was very just hyper, and they felt like they needed to go towards that thing or focus on that thing. We have okay, this person may have been trying to really change something in their life, create a new version of themselves, create a new life. This could be somebody that was just starting out on their career, starting to build their empire, do something. So one of the main factors could be behind your separation is that this person just did not make enough time. They didn't place enough importance or make it a priority in their life. So instead, it was just focusing more on themselves and what they were trying to create at the time. There's the tower. There's the shit storm. Okay. To me, this is an individual who may, in the past, liked to travel light. Anything that got too heavy, they just cut it out. This could also be the kind of person where I just am who I am and things just don't work out for me. I'm not good at relationships. So, I'm in them for the moment, but anytime they start to get too serious or too heavy, I have to drop it. So you just could have been dealing with someone that they have this way of handling themselves in situations that just get too burdensome or too heavy. So maybe when the fun or the honeymoon phase kind of fell away, this individual started getting to a point where they felt stressed and they felt like maybe your connection was starting to impede on their creative time or whatever they were trying to build. And so they cut it out, sabotaged it in some kind of way. Very interesting. All right, let's see what else. Now we have made a mistake. So of course, your person made mistakes. We all make mistakes, but I feel like they've been making the same mistake over and over again for a very long time. So I feel like this individual had some sort of a pattern where they just kind of accepted it. Like, I'm just a messed up individual. I hurt everybody. So they just kind of expect that they're going to make mistakes and they don't necessarily try to be aware of it. They just are who they are. So I feel like at the time when you were dealing with this individual, they were just very selfish. They were very stuck in their ways and they just had concluded that they couldn't change. So, it is what it is kind of thing. Alien. Yeah, so this individual feels very misunderstood. And I'm also getting to that whatever you were providing, whatever you were pouring out to this individual was very alien and foreign to them. So if you were the kind of individual that was, giving them a lot of love and encouragement and nurturing and all of that, that's very alien to this person because either they weren't raised with that or that just is something that they're just not used to. They're not used to people giving to them. There's always some sort of a catch, like what is it that you expect from me? What is it that you want from me? So it made it made it hard for this person to perhaps trust that what you were giving to them was going to last or that it was, true. So I'm getting a statement from this person. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. They're the kind of individual that has that kind of belief system. Yeah, they're stuck. 8 of Swords. There's a narrative or a belief that has been trapped in their mind and has been literally dictating their life for a very long time. So it just kind of keeps them on this repeat of making the same mistake, which is no one's going to understand me. No one's going to get me. Or, if things don't make sense or if things feel tough, then I need to break away. So they're stuck in a mindset with that 8 of Swords energy, okay? And I feel like somebody did that to them. So something or some situation or experience or, something that happened to them created this mindset. So they didn't just like come up with it on their own. It was created from a past experience with the person. Now we do have grieving. So there's some sort of grief that your person was still holding on to. So we're talking about a wound from the past. And this really had a very heavy impact on them, the version of themselves that they were presenting to you. That's what I'm seeing with that. Holding a lot of pain, holding a lot of grief, holding a lot of old trauma. We have dog's energy. So I always see that this has something to do with like a friend or family. I always refer to dogs like family, friends. So there could be some sort of a grieving in a family or some sort of a trauma of a loss of a family member or a friend or a pet. There's grief of loss connected to this person. And I feel like they were not done with this grieving process when the two of you connected. So they were still going through it. And perhaps they were just not, not trusting. They weren't letting you in. They weren't ready to love again or something. They were afraid to open up their heart. Yeah, there's the conflict with the Five of Wands. There's many factors, many things. There's lots of drama connected to this person, toxic relationships from the past. It might be family members and friends or just like their social circle that has a huge impact on this person. People pretend to be their friend, but they get backstabbed or they don't have their best interest at heart. So there's some sort of a distortion when it comes to who you can trust and who is actually in your corner and who is not. So I feel like this person, with you coming in with all of this like wonderful, kind and genuine energy, it's almost like that's not what they're used to. So in a way, they kind of cast you out and decided to stay within their normal realm, which they're comfortable with, which is people lying to them and using them, making them feel bad or straight up hurting them. Okay. There's definitely some deep psychological stuff coming up here for your person. Let's see what else. Okay, so we have stress. So the way that this person handles stress is I feel like they bolt, they leave, they run, they avoid, they dismiss. So this you'd be dealing with like a dismissive, avoidant person. Oops. We have dance. So you know how it's like, just kind of dance through life, right? This is a coping strategy that your person uses when they are stressed. They pretend that they're happy. They pretend that they're okay, but they're really not. And I feel like they just kind of go on to the next thing, the next phase. They go where the party is. They go where the good time is. So they're not going to sit around and feel stressed. They're not going to sit around and feel their feelings. They don't want to. They've been avoiding them their entire lives. So anything that started to come up where maybe you were putting pressure on them or they were starting to feel stressed, like they needed to show up for you in this connection, this person instead decided I need to travel light. I need to cut this out. I can't do this. Gave you all kinds of excuses as to why they couldn't do it. This could also just be somebody who's just like not wanting to deal with anything. So they just constantly party. There's that devil's energy, though. I'm telling you, there is something that has them bound from their past. The devil is all about codependency to me. Toxic relationships, being bound to old belief systems that really are wreaking havoc on your life. So yes, instead of facing something, your person just decided to just continue to deal with things like they always have. So instead of changing, and that might be what you represented to your person, is an opportunity to change or to shift or to grow. And instead of doing that, they may have just like bagged this relationship, just like cut it away and deemed it to be something that was just too heavy and too stressful. But I'm going to tell you, what I saw earlier is that this person actually has regrets with the way that they handled you. So what's behind your separation is, yes, this person with all of these issues. But what I'm getting here is that when they think back on the past, they may be in a different place now. They may have done some sort of healing. And so for me, they're less stressed now. So when they're able to like look at this connection in retrospect, they do feel like, why did I do that? Why did I project all that crap onto you? They might be more self-aware of themselves now than they were before. So that's what we have, which is behind this separation, no contact with whatever fell out with the two of you. So we're going to go ahead and end it there, and we're going to go into the extended version now. So if you guys would like to join me over there, I will put the link to the extended reading in the description box down below, as well as pin it to the top comment. And this is what we're going to go into. We're going to see what did they go through after you separated? So what experiences did they have? What happened to them after you separated? Also, in what specific ways do you and your memory still impact this person today? How does your person see you and feel about you currently? And from their perspective, what do they feel is the right thing to do moving forward in this situation? So if you guys would like to join me over there, definitely do so. And if not, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and do all the emoji and comments. All those things really help to push the video out. And I really appreciate it. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and you take care. Bye-bye.